Hi everyone, my name is Stephanie Helsen and I'm an Oklahoma 4-H STEMist. You're watching the 5th and final day of our STEM gardening camp. Today, we're going to make one of my favorite snacks, dirt in a cup. Soil is made up of 4 components: air, water, organic matter, and mineral matter. In the soil, air and water make up 50% of the soil, but the percentage of each can vary. After a rainfall, there's typically less air and more water. In a drought, there's more air and less water. The remaining 50% is organic matter and mineral matter. Organic matter is made up of decomposing plant and animal matter and microorganisms. Fun fact, a single shovel of soil can contain more living things or organisms than life in the Amazon rainforest. The mineral component, made up of very tiny pieces of rock, determines the texture of the soil. Maddie taught you about that this week. Today, we're making dirt in a cup. For this activity, you'll need an empty cup, a spoon that will act as our shovel, chocolate candies for bedrock, light-colored crushed cookies for subsoil, dark-colored crushed cookies for topsoil, gummy worms for decomposers, assorted chocolate candies that will act as our seeds, and sprinkles that will act as our microbes. Start your experiment by filling the bottom of your cup with bedrock. Our bedrock is our chocolate candies. In real life, bedrock is the dense hard rock typically hidden by layers of dirt and sediment, hundreds or thousands of feet thick. Today, our bedrock is going to be chocolate candies. And since we can't make it hundreds or thousands of feet thick, it's just going to be a simple layer. Next, add a few light-colored cookies broken up for subsoil. My cookies are already broken up, but to break up your cookies, all you have to do is put them in a plastic bag and crunch them up with your hands. Your subsoil is typically composed of lightly eroded soil, so it's not a fine texture yet. I have my cookies crushed up a little bit, but not too fine. Topsoil is the most important layer of dirt and also the thinnest, only a couple inches deep. This is the rich layer of soil where all the nutrients, minerals, and organic matter are where you plant seeds. The grass in your yard is planted on topsoil. We'll represent this with dark cookies that are crushed into a finer consistency than our subsoil. I did the same thing with my dark colored cookies. I just crushed them up in a plastic bag and now I'm going to put them in as my topsoil. And it's an even thinner layer. Next, we're going to plant our candy seeds. These seeds are a lot tastier than normal seeds, but remember we're using our assorted chocolate candies to act as our seeds. After that, we'll add a little bit of topsoil to cover our seeds up. Remember, our topsoil is our dark cookies, so this is the second time we're putting topsoil on. The next thing you need to know is topsoil is the home to all the little worms and bugs and grubs that break down organic matter in the soil. They pretty much make the topsoil, so let's give them a big thank you. We're going to use gummy worms to represent all of the little bugs, worms, and grubs that we can find in our topsoil. So here's our bugs, grubs, and worms that help make up the topsoil. And last but not least, there are tiny little microbes on top of our soil along with all the bugs and grubs. We will use sprinkles to represent our microbes. Microbes are a beneficial bacteria that you'll find in topsoil, and plants love to grow where there are lots of microbes. Once you're done creating your soil layers, get a shovel or a spoon and dig in. This is the one time that it's okay to eat dirt. We hope you enjoyed our gardening camp this week. Don't forget to fill out our Microsoft forms and respond to us on our Flipgrids and tell us about everything that you learned during camp this week. For more information, visit 4h.okstate.edu.